Hi guys, it's Any aka the Noctrader, your friendly neighborhood swing trader, back again with another video. Today is Tuesday the 14th of May 2019. I'm going to give a technical analysis breakdown of some UK and US stocks. Let's get into it. You know what I'm going to ask you to do next. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that alert button to get alerts on all my latest videos. If you leave a comment below of what stock you want me to do analysis of, I'll do it in the next video. I've got Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the Noctrader on all social media platforms. And if you check the description section below, you will see a link to my mailing list. If you join my mailing list, you'll get priority access to my training course that I'm creating for my website. And you'll also get weekly emails of all the latest videos that I have on my channel, and a breakdown of my entries, my exits, my stop losses, and the reason behind some of the trades that I make. So day 2, and trade war still continues. But before I get into that, I got 4 UK stocks, 3 US stocks, and 3 of them are suggestions from some of the people in the comment sections. So I'm going to get straight into IAG first. Now IAG, it's more of a kind of a breakdown of what I saw yesterday. Remember I said that it was making a coil, and it's still making that coil, so no decision was really being made. I thought something would have conclusive would have happened by now, but nothing's happened. So it's still in a coil, and right now you just have to leave it as it is. But the way it's looking, it looks like it's bullish. Doesn't look like it's going to be breaking down anytime soon. It looks like it's bullish. So what you just need to do is just needs to confirm that it's going to break to that upside more. But we never know. It could break to the downside again. It's done it before, so you can't make an assumption. Just have to wait for that coil to make a move, and then you can decide based on that what we are going to do. But right now, IAG, no move to be made. Inconclusive. Just leave it, and whichever way it breaks out, we can make a decision from there. Vodafone. So Demo called out Vodafone, but you know I was going to cover that already because I've been covering that for some time. It had a huge sell-off. Now when stocks sell off this much, you can't chalk it down to technical analysis. You need to start doing some fundamental analysis. And lo and behold, Vodafone, they're cutting their dividends by 40% so that they can balance their balance books. Well, I don't know what you mean, but well, you know what I mean. They're cutting their dividends so that so they can offset the losses that they're making in their balance book. So that means they're in real big trouble. So for the guys in the US, Vodafone is like a competitor to telecoms companies like BT. Oh, no, well, you won't know BT or T-Mobile. T-Mobile, for example, they're like that, but they a smaller player in the market, but they're still a major company. And what I like about this is that because it's so cheap right now, it's £1.26. It's considered a penny stock, but it isn't because they're an established blue chip company. I don't see Vodafone going out of business anytime soon. It could happen, but I don't see it happening. So it's sold off so much because of this news of dividends being cut. So a lot of people probably sold their shares if they're just dividend investors. If they have no reason to hold it, if the dividends is poor, then they're going to sell it off. So it sold off even more today, and that's ridiculous. Remember the point at which we were trading it. If you had shorted it at this point, you would have 12 pips. That's not much. There's not much to think about it, but the amount that you could have put on this trade, you could have made a lot of money in this short space of time. But will it still keep going down? I don't think so. It could go down some more tomorrow, but I feel like at some point it has to plateau because it's sold off so much. If you look at the weekly chart, it can go lower. It's been lower. It's been at 7 pence before. That's 2002. In 2008 it was 85 cents, so like it can still go lower. So let me not say that. It could go lower still. So right now the move has been made. If you didn't short it during that horizontal channel pattern, then I don't really know what to tell you. Right now I wouldn't trade it because I wouldn't know what's doing. It's kind of in no man's land. Anything can happen, so I just have to wait and see. But I'll still be watching this closely because this is a stock that I know you could be taken advantage of. Maybe it will retrace, but I can't confidently say that it will. So no move to be made on Vodafone, but I'm going to keep it on the watch list and keep watching it because it's an interesting stock, and I know that there's a possibility of it to bounce back, especially as it's releasing their new, I think, 5G. I think Demola said that they're releasing their new 5G phone in July. I'll put it on screen anyway. But if that happens and it gets some good sales, then maybe it can bounce back. But as it stands now, it's not for me. The position that could have been taken has already been taken, and has already been the move has already been made. So there's no real move that can take out of this right now. Next one from Demo as well is Boohoo. Boohoo, the ASOS competitor, the American ASOS competitor, Boohoo. Actually, Boohoo's British as well. What I'm talking about, it's a British company. So let's look at the weekly. On the weekly chart, okay, so it's been, what has it been doing? Okay, let me. You can. This is good now. You can see me do some technical analysis live rather than having the lines plotted already beforehand. So on the weekly chart, what is this? What's this? What's the weekly telling me? Not much. Let me ignore that. Okay, let's go down. Let's dig down to the daily charts. Okay, so is this a key point of significance? Yeah, I can say it is. It is a key point of significance. So let me replot that line. That horizontal line. Let's say this is a point of significance. So yeah, I'm just plotting some lines on there just to see if there's any sort of patterns that can be seen. Yeah, this is actually, let me plot this longer. So what I'll do is I'm just looking for any kind of horizontal patterns of significance so I can stretch them out because they may be relevant later on. Yeah, so as it stands, okay, so Vodafone, not Vodafone, just done that. Boohoo, here and here. We could say that it looks like it's gonna retrace, but you don't want to assume that. This I want to dig down a little bit deeper now. Actually, that's obviously a key resistance point. That point. The only thing I'd say is that on the daily chart, this key resistance, when it hit it that time, it retraced straight away. It didn't fumble around over here. And yeah, look at this. The MACD and RSI was telling you, yes, it's hit a peak point, sell off. Here, it's been kind of making a little bit of a channel here, because and the MACD and RSI looks like it potentially could curve back up and break out. So I would, if I go down into a 4-hour chart, I can even go as far as to say there's a this is a little bit of a resistance here. So yeah, at this point here. So what I would like to see is it hits this resistance. It needs to break out of one of these points basically, and then consolidate. So I'd have an alert set. I'll set an alert here, just a little bit above. I'll set an alert. Set an alert just below. What have I done? Set an alert just below this, or on this line. So what this will tell me, so what I'm doing is I send alerts, 2 alerts, and I need price to either break out the downside, break out upside. It could sell off or it could climb, but I don't want to guess right now, mainly because on the daily chart, it hasn't like fully told me, okay, it's going to sell off. So I would want it to either sell off and then consolidate, or break out and consolidate, before I make a decision on where to move. The 180 simple moving average is curving up, but it's kind of flat, so it's not really telling me anything. So yeah, that's the play I'd make. I'd go down, drill down into 4-hour chart, and then wait for one of these lines to be broken, and then decide to make a move from there on Boohoo. All right, next one is BT, another telecoms company. What's going on with the telecoms companies today? Selling off as well. It's not a great time to be in the telecom business, is it? BT. See, with something like BT, the time to make a play would have been here, because as you can see, the 180-day simple moving average on the daily chart was acting as a resistance. So that was a sign that, okay, it might have sold off. It's already sold off now, so a play has kind of been made, but you never know. So straight away, I can see a couple lines here that I want to plot. This line's a line of significance. This line's a line of significance. This is Yeah, this is. Alright, so some lines of significance. So what does this mean? Does that mean it could break through or it can come up? We don't know right now. So what I'd do is that go into the 4-hour chart. Also, this sell-off could just be due to the American trade war. Right now, most stocks are selling off, so you never know if it's because of the company themselves doing something or because of the trade war. But drilling down, it's not really telling me anything. Right now, even on 2-hour chart, 1-hour chart, what I want to see it do is break out to the upside. So it's gone up and then it's kind of consolidated. Tomorrow, I'd like to see it come up, come back down again, and come up. So like make a little bit of like a little wave up just to show that it's making higher highs. Then I'll be like, okay, cool, this was a support. And then what you could do is that wait for it to get to the bottom of one wave and then enter and then ride it up, and then you could ride up to maybe here. So basically, all these things I'm doing, it's just all about confirmation. You don't wanna guess. So this one, it is either going to break out, it's going to break up, but you just have to wait and see. Just let it make a decision as to what play it's going to make, and then you can decide whether you want to go long or go short. But right now, it's there's not enough information to make a position or take a position on this. It could sell off some more if it breaks this. Line and consolidates, you could short it, set a stop loss just above this line, and then wait for it to hit this one because this is the next line of significance. So yeah, that's the way I'd play it. Now on to the US stocks. CRON. I'm getting CRON's back on my radar again. I thought I embarrassed myself on my stock pick of the month by picking CRON because it sold off after earnings, but I feel vindicated now. It only sold off a little bit and it looks like it's double bottomed, so it looks like it's going to start making high highs again. I'll be so happy about this if CRON starts making high highs again. So look at CRON. This was the support line dating back to October 2018. It hit it several times and it hit it here. So that's why I was so confident that it was going to go up, because it hit this line and gone up several times, but it wasn't meant to be this time. The one time I noticed it decided to sell off. So it sold off, but what it did was that it still stayed true to the 180-day simple moving average. So, and remember, this was a line of significance. That's why I plotted it. $14. It was either $14 or $15.30. So it's been lingering around here, and this is like a point of confluence. So the 180-day simple moving average is acting as a support here. The $14 mark is acting as support, and so right now it looks like it's not going to break out of that. And if you go into the 4-hour chart, it's double bottomed. So good. So now what I need to see it do is break out of that 180, the 15-day exponential moving average, which is what it's kind of doing anyway. It's kind of consolidated on top of it and sitting on it, treating it like a support. And now I want to see it rise. Once it starts rising, that'll be a great time to enter, and then maybe set a stop loss just below $14 here. So that's how I'd play this CRON. And JetBlue, cast your minds back. Another one from my pick of the month from May 2018. I was so worried because all of them were doing badly, but now it looks good. JetBlue, I missed this one. If you remember, I was talking about this for quite some time because the fundamentals and the technicals are great. If you check my Twitter, I've gone on a little rant about JetBlue, about all the fundamentals that is the good stuff about it, how it's beating all of its competitors, its all its balance sheets and all the revenue that's making is really good. I can't go into the numbers right now because I don't know them off my head. But if you go on my Twitter, I have a little rant about JetBlue and explain why it's such a good buy. But the problem was that it had already started rising, and I didn't want to buy it at a high point. I wanted it to sell off back to this line, and then I'd enter. Now it sold off, but it didn't go all the way back to this line. Once again, it treated the 180-day simple moving average as a support. So this to me shows a sign that okay, this is a great position to buy. It's already gone up a little bit today, but I'm fine with that. Buy it wherever it is here, set a stop loss just below there, and then just watch it climb. This is what I did for SLA. If you watch my I think it was my March pick of the month, SLA and BAE Systems. No, actually not BAE Systems. It was SLA that I did the same for. And actually, let me show you SLA now. Just explain to you what I mean. Standard Life Aberdeen. This is exactly, look at it, it's doing exactly the same thing. Actually, this could be a buy as well right now. It's doing exactly the same thing. I didn't know this. It's doing exactly the same thing. Once you see the same pattern enough times, you start to recognize it and know how to take advantage of these things. Exactly the same thing SLA is doing. This will be a great buy now as well. So yeah, that was excellent. Didn't even know it was doing that. But yeah, I'll add that back to my list. And last one is ZS by Jeff. Jeff's always got some great picks for me. He's always letting me know about some stocks that I haven't even been watching. That's on my radar. So cheers, Jeff. I already put some lines for this because he told me about it a while back. Right now, on the daily, all I can see is that it's making high highs. No, the gradient is getting more steep each time. So what this tells me is that it has a potential to shoot up, because from here to here, it's like when the gradient gets steeper, that means that it's really gathering momentum. Now, what I'd like to do is that I put the volume chart actually just to see what's going on. I'll add the volume. Okay, so I just want to see, yeah. So volume spikes here, spike down. I reckon volume gonna spike again, but this doesn't really tell me much. But I reckon volume gonna spike again. Now another thing is, it's hit like an all-time high, and it hit it once, went back down, and then it's hit again. But this time it looks like it's coming there with some purpose, and it wants to break out of the all-time high, and I think it could. 180 simple moving average is curving up, which is a good sign. Hit the all-time high once, hitting it again, and now MACD and RSI looks like it's all gonna try and come up. Looks good. I'd say this is one of those ones where you have to kind of just take a gamble. I won't say take a gamble, but it looks good to me. And what I'd say is that with these type of stocks, if you wait for a confirmation, it could just come out and just blow up and you can miss it. So if you want to take a chance, I'd say take an entry point and enter at maybe just above, or set an order at just above this all-time high. So maybe $74 or something. And then set your stop loss maybe just underneath here, maybe $65, something like that. And then hopefully when it hits your order, you get some skin in the position, and then it shoots up. But I do think it's a long. It might reject it again, who knows? But just based off the MACD, the RSI, the way it's moving, all the indicators, it looks like it's gonna break out at this point. So this would be a long for me personally. But remember, make your own analysis and make your own decisions. So yeah. Some good stocks today, some good analysis, and some good choices by some of you guys in the comment sections. Keep them coming, I love them. Any aka the Noctrader, signing out.